guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the releases that happened yesterday in the WWE. So there were some pretty high caliber releases, and honestly WWE has been doing that for a while now with the releases of like Aleister Black, Andrade, Braun Strowman. I'm probably missing a lot of other people, but like yesterday the list was Keith Lee. I have my phone here so I could just remember, so I make sure I don't miss anybody. So it's Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, Eva Marie, which is well deserved because she sucks. Nia Jax, Ember Moon, Mia Yim, Harry Smith, Scarlett Bordeaux, B-Fab, Katrina Cortez, Trey Baxter, Frankie Monet, Gran Metalik, Jeet Rama, Zeta Ramier. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. Oni Lorcan, Lindsay Dorado, and Jesse Kamea. That's a pretty big roster of like decent superstars. Like Keith Lee could have been a main event star, and this is what kind of pisses me off about the WWE sometimes, because they release stars and never give them a chance. Like Keith Lee never got the chance. He had a health scare. Like he could have died, and then you just released him because you screwed up his push. Same with Karrion Kross. He was a monster on NXT, and now he's nothing. And now he's probably gonna go to AEW, which is another problem that I have for like probably another video, because AEW is signing way too many stars and they're eventually going to end up like TNA, but that's just my opinion. I don't know if other people have that opinion, but that's my opinion. But Karrion Kross could have been a huge star. You've seen the way he used to work in NXT. He was undefeated till Samoa Joe beat him. Like he's only lost like what, 4 matches in his whole WWE career, so I don't know why you would release him, but that's whatever. And it's just like WWE's just consistently releasing like really good stars. They released Samoa Joe, and luckily they signed him back, but they still released him at one point. Zelina Vega they released and they signed her back, but still, it's like releasing all these stars. Like I'm surprised they even came back, you know. But yeah. So the next person to talk about is Eva Marie. Honestly, I don't even know why they signed her, because they released people like Ruby Riott and They released Sarah Logan. They released like a whole bunch of women, like so many women, and I don't know why they signed her back, because honestly she can't wrestle, she has no promo skills, she has no personality, and I know a lot of people like her because she's pretty, but it's like you can't be pretty and that's all you are in a wrestling ring, you know? So like I'm more pissed off, but I was more pissed off yesterday at the releases, because like this is like the 3rd or 4th mass release thing. It's like usually it should be conserved for jobbers that like don't do anything. Like these are guys on the main roster that are actually doing stuff. Oh, and quick little thing. Nia Jax was actually supposedly released because she didn't want to be vaccinated, which also doesn't really make any sense to me. Like you're supposed to be technically a role model for kids and everything, and like if you don't want to get vaccinated, you're showing it that like it shouldn't matter if you get vaccinated. And to me, it's like if you want to keep your job, you should just get vaccinated. Like it's not a big deal to me. Like I've got 2 vaccines, and like I'm fine. Like I know a lot of people don't like it, but I'm not getting into that. So I don't know why she didn't get it, because just it's kind of like money or being unemployed, and I just pick money every day. But Nia Jax, honestly, should have been released years ago, because all she does is hurt people, but she still has value as a former champion. So as much as that is, that's the way it is, I guess. But to be honest, she's probably only here so long because of her family. So yeah. Ember Moon, honestly, she could have been one of the best. She's like had so many good matches with Asuka, and I don't even know where Asuka is now, but I think she's still contracted with WWE. Ember Moon has so many good matches. She just made her NXT return, like last year. She was in a tag team with Shotzi Blackheart, and now she's just released. And she has so much potential, and now she's probably just going to go on the indies like usual, like most people do. Mia Yim, former Knockouts champion, had so much potential in the WWE and never got to do anything really. I think her only real accomplishment was like winning a ladder match against, I think, Dakota Kai. It was Candice LeRae she beat. I think that's her only accomplishment, and like being Reckoning and Retribution. Other than that, like she didn't really do anything, and that's not fair to her, because she's an amazing wrestler. She'll probably go back to Impact or AEW or whatever. And like I said, like I was more upset last night because like I had no time to like think about it. But now that I've actually thought about it, I'm just not as upset. because like at the end of the day, it's like it doesn't matter to me if these people are released. But I feel like I'm gonna go on a little tangent for a second. Um, WWE is such a small main event scene. Like you can name 10 main event stars on both brands on your hand. Like they don't have what's it called? They don't have the star power. Like I know they have star power, but most of them like AJ Styles in the tag team division, Matt Riddle's in the tag team division, Randy Orton's in the tag team division. Like they don't have main event stars, and Keith Lee could have been that. So you look at the recent Crown Jewel pay per view. It's like the three biggest matches were all part timers because Edge versus Seth, and then Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg, and then Brock versus Roman. It's like they need to learn to establish stars because if they don't establish stars, they're never going to be able to like have moved the company forward, and that's what I think is WWE's problem. But let me continue with the list. So Harry Smith he was in 2011. I actually met him personally. He was a cool dude. He just got back. He was part of the Hart Dynasty in 2011. That's why what people know him from. He's also Davey Boy Smith's British Bulldog. That's his son. He was a good wrestler. He's probably gonna wrestle on the Indies like usual. Nothing really to say. He didn't do anything. All he did was induct his father into the Hall of Fame. So yeah. Scarlett Bordeaux. I don't even know if she had a match that was televised. I don't remember her ever having one match, to be honest. Like she was just her husband carrying Cross's ballet, and I feel like she could have done a lot more because like she's really pretty and she's a really good wrestler. If you've seen like her matches, she could have went far, but they don't really care about that, I guess. But they keep like this is the thing. They kept Eva Marie for so long, but they just release whoever they want. I know Eva Marie is released now, but like they kept her for so long and they released all these other like amazing wrestlers, and it doesn't make sense to me. B-Fab, I don't understand that because Hit Row needs her, in my opinion. Like she's the fourth member of Hit Row. I don't know why they would bring up Hit Row and then release her. Like the thing I don't understand is the budget cuts thing. Like you're making lots of money. You can just pay your wrestlers, man. Like I'd rather them pay the wrestlers and keep them from doing nothing. Like I'd rather them do nothing and just get paychecks, you know? Like at least they're getting paid. But like she was actually gonna do something. Like they were probably gonna do like a massive what I was hoping for was for Survivor Series was gonna be Hit Row versus the Usos or the Bloodline, which probably wouldn't happen because they're both on SmackDown. But before the draft, I was hoping that would be Hit Row and them versus like the Bloodline, when then Naomi would join the Bloodline and you know that stuff. But yeah, it is what it is. Katrina Cortez, I don't know anything really about Katrina Cortez. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really watch. I think she was a developmental wrestler. I don't know too much about her, so I can't really talk about her. But I know if she's contracted with WWE for a bit, she must have been good. So. Trey Baxter, he was a cruiserweight wrestler. He was a good wrestler. I watched a few of his matches. Just puzzles me because like the cruiserweight division's so thin already because they brought a lot of them up to the main roster. They're not on 205 Live anymore. So the cruiserweight division's already thin with the releases of Buddy Murphy, all the Lucha House Party, like all the Lucha House Party's gone. I'll talk to a little bit about those two later. And just a lot of the cruiserweights are gone. I think the only one that I remember still being there is Jake Atlas, and I don't even think he's like really a cruiserweight. I think he's more just like on NXT, and like it doesn't make any sense to me because why'd you bring in the cruiserweight thing if you're just gonna release them every year? Because like I think Davari got released, Tony Nese, and now he's on AEW. There's just like so many of the cruiserweights that got released for like last 3 master releases, so it doesn't really make any sense to me. Frankie Monet, that's John Morrison's wife. She didn't do anything. She went to the Robert Stone brand and kind of just was there, I guess, because I don't really watch too much NXT, but I feel like she just got signed and now she's gone. It didn't make any sense to me. She's a really good wrestler. She could probably just get a job anywhere. She'll probably go back to Impact where she made it big as Taya Valkyrie, I believe. But yeah, she's a good wrestler. I don't know why they would release her. Like They have Mandy Rose. Like, I'm not saying Mandy Rose sucks, but like they had Mandy Rose as champion. Like she could have been a good opponent for her. Like if Frankie Monet went face. Like I don't see why release her when I don't even know half of the freaking girls on NXT. So that's whatever, I guess. Grand Metalik, like I said, a cruiserweight. He was one of the best cruiserweights on the 205 Live show and the Cruiserweight Classic back in like what 2016. I think he made it to the finals against TJP, TJ Perkins. Um, Again, nothing to say really about Grand Metalik. I think he won the cruiserweight title. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember him winning it, but I think he won it once. Great wrestler. Probably could have been like the next Rey Mysterio. Like honestly, Lindsay Dorado, and Kalisto could have been a really good tag team, but they just wanted to split them up, and then they just released Kalisto, and now they're releasing both of Lindsay Dorado and Grand Metalik. I don't see the reason why. But yeah, that's all I can say about Grand Metalik. Jeet Rama, he's a 40-year-old Indian wrestler. He's a good wrestler and everything, but I feel like his age kind of has something to do with it, and they just don't see anything in him, which is fine, whatever. These are the type of guys I feel like should get released. But, yeah, he was kind of like the guy they're going to bring in for, like, the Indian market that they want to do. I feel like they don't want to do that anymore, it seems, because, like, they're just releasing Indian wrestler after Indian wrestler, so I feel like that's another reason why. One more thing about Nia Jax I forgot to say is that she injured a lot of people, so that's why she got released a long time ago. Not just the vaccine thing, she injured a lot of people. Like she got at least like what 10 injuries on her hands. Like come on, should have released her like at least 3-4 years ago. Zeta Ramier, I don't really know who that is, but she's probably a good wrestler. I don't have much to say about that. If she's good, cool. If she wasn't good enough, then release her. That's all I can really say about that. Oney Lorcan, again, he just had a tag team with Danny Burch. He's probably one of the best faces in NXT that we had, and then when he turned heel, he was still pretty good as like a henchman for Pete Dunne. I just don't understand why they have to like release all the old guys in NXT just to make it younger. Like I can see why they're doing it, but it's just like why release them? Why not just bring them up and like even job them out? Like if they're jobbers, at least they're getting paid, you know? Like at least they're getting TV time and getting paid. That's what I don't get. Because like in NXT, like they're stars, and you bring them up, and they don't do anything with them, and then they just release them 3 years later or 2 years later. So I don't understand that point. Jessie Kamea, again, probably I think she was a developmental wrestler. Didn't hear too much about her. She's probably a good wrestler, but I'm just saying personally haven't heard too much. If you guys know anything, like I said, I don't know too much about her, but she's released. She got to be released for a reason. She probably just wasn't getting it to where they wanted her to be. So that's the thing that also sucks is that just like you can be developmental and like be improving a lot, but if you don't improve the way WWE wants you to, you'll get released quick. That's the thing that sucks about that thing. WWE developmental is that like they have like a set plan for you, and if you don't reach that goal, you're gone in like a year or two. So, and the last person I could talk about is Lindsay Dorado. So Lindsay Dorado was another one from the Cruiserweight Classic, 2016. He signed a contract and he was pretty good. I think he won the tag team titles. I'm not 100% sure, but he was a good wrestler. Very high flying. Could have been like I said, the next Rey Mysterio. What they should have done was make like when Rey Mysterio came back, they should have made like either. I obviously don't want Rey Mysterio to turn heel, but what they could have done was make like a heel group of all the luchadors, and like they could have at least tried it out, you know? Because I think Lucha House Party turned heel on Kalisto, or Kalisto turned heel on them. I don't even know, but if that was the case, they should have just turned Lucha House Party heel and like maybe did something different with them. Maybe it joined Rey Mysterio and like had like this huge like group of luchadors and like they're all heel, whatever. Like because I feel like a lot of luchadors in like Mexico and stuff are heel, but there's some like obviously that are face. So it's like I don't know how that works, but yeah. So I'm kind of like iffy about like the releases because like some of the releases made sense, like Eva Marie. Like she's garbage. Nia Jax is trash. Like she's a very bad wrestler. She's hurting people for years. Same with like Eva Marie. She's not a good wrestler. A lot of it developmental, which is okay. Like if they never made it, so it's like it's not like it's a big deal. People like Karrion Kross and Keith Lee, it's like they have so much potential, and you know how good they are. I don't know why release them so they can go somewhere else. I don't know why release them. But oh, another thing, Lindsay Dorado and Graham Lee actually asked for release. That's why they were released. But it still doesn't really make any sense to me why they released Keith Lee and Karrion Kross, because they're the ones that kind of screwed up Keith Lee and they kind of screwed up Karrion Kross. So I mean, they can't really blame them because they were obviously good on NXT. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. I'm just like flabbergasted by how many. Yeah, that's a big word. Just flabbergasted by how many people they've released in the past like 2 years. I think it's like gotta be past like 100 people by now. Like Kurt Hawkins, Heath Slater, well, like Braun Strowman, like I said, Andrade, possibly Charlotte Flair in the next few months. Like if that happens, because I'm pretty sure she's not happy. She said, so it's like they're just releasing everybody, and it's like it feels like in a year or two there's gonna be like 10 people on the rosters. Like, that's what I don't get with WWE. It's like they cite budget cuts, but it's like there's gotta be something that's happening that they're not saying. But yeah. So if you guys have any, I posted a thing in my community tab yesterday and asking for your guys' opinion. I didn't get too many opinions, and I want to see what you guys think about these releases and all the releases of the last 2 years. Since because I didn't have a YouTube channel back then, so I didn't know your guys' opinion. But yeah, if you guys have an opinion on the releases from the last 2 years or the releases from yesterday, please shoot down in the comments. My second channel will be in the description below, where I'm going to start doing wrestling predictions, like pay-per-view predictions and stuff. So definitely check that out. Yeah, if you guys like this content, please keep showing me lots of support, and yeah, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.